According to some reports, Marvin Harrison Jr. wants to be a Chicago Bear. Me, C-Dub, and Bobby going to break that down. We're also going to talk about how Caleb Williams can have the best rookie season for a Chicago Bears quarterback ever. We're going to get into all that and more right after this.
Into Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. C-Dub, Bobby Haize, we all in the building today. Why does it feel like it's been so long since we've been live together, y'all? It feels weird.
Cause my ass been out of the
That's
the
what it
damn
is.
bed.
Yeah, Bobby been out in the world.
There's so much shit going on, but we here.
Yeah. Hey man, Chicago's back up, bro.
Yeah.
Angel Reese, Camila Cardoso coming to the Chicago Sky. We got Caleb Williams, maybe Marvin Harrison Jr. coming with him on the other side of that. Connor Bedard to the Blackhawks, and that just listen. AK, we need to get Ryan Poles and the GM of the Chicago Sky, Jeff Pagliosha. They need to sit AK down and just be like, "Hey, bitch, you making us all look bad."
On the real, come on.
I'd rather they sit his ass down and show him how to do it.
What a time. What a time.
It's crazy. But with that said, man, we here to talk about the Bears. So I mean, I saw other channels running with this. I was busy yesterday, of course, with the WNBA draft, things like that. But apparently somebody in the Big Ten said on Sports Talk Chicago with Mark Burgeon, said that Marvin Harrison Jr. wants to be a Chicago Bear, even going so far as to say some rumor that maybe he's tanking some of these workouts to try to drop to number 5. How you guys feel about this, man?
Hey, also I heard it on Nick Wright's show as well. He got the Bears picking up Marvin Harrison Jr. too. He thinks the Marvin Harrison wants to play for the Chicago Bears as well. Now, is he actually posturing to be a Chicago Bear? I would say it might be a little truth to it, but I wouldn't say he exactly targeting the Chicago Bears. He's because I've recently heard him say that he would love to play for the Indianapolis Colts to follow his father's lineage, but I ain't gonna dismiss it. I'm not gonna dismiss it. Who did he go and what do they call it? A visit. He only visited the Chicago visit. Top 30 visits, the Chicago Bears and one other team. I think it was
the Command. It was somebody early, a top 3 team or something.
Yeah, he only visited 2 teams, and the Bears was one of them. Now, if this happens, if Ryan Poles could do this, man, crown that man. Crown Ryan Poles is the greatest GM in history of NFL. It's easily Chicago Bears history. I think it's very possible if you look at the LA Chargers and you look at the number 4 team, which is who number 4? Is it the Cardinals?
Yeah,
Cardinals.
It's the Cardinals. Yes. Hey, they might want a quarterback over there. Kyler Murray, he up and down. He is immature. You've been hearing that for the last couple of years. It is very much in play. So I hope it happens. Let's go.
If you want to be a Chicago Bear, I'm all for it. And I know it's been a lot of talk about trading the first, because I want to talk about the football side of it, outside of the excitement. The football side of it is if we all think that in year 1, Caleb Williams is supposed to lead the Chicago Bears to the playoffs, we ain't going to have no top 15 pick, y'all. So if you're willing to look at that and say, hey, maybe you might end up with a top 20 pick, or after 20, and then you say, hey, you can find some talent there, but will that talent be as good as Marvin Harrison Jr.? I doubt it. I doubt it.
No.
So if you're willing to look at this, if you're Ryan Poles, you say, hey, I'll give you the 9. I'll give you next year's first. We'll throw in a 3rd or a 4th. I will be okay with that. I just don't want to overpay. I don't know. Is there such thing as overpay with Marvin Harrison Jr.? That's still to be determined. But if we're talking about what it could potentially be for the Chicago Bears if they make the playoffs, they ain't going to have no pick in that top 10 again next year and hopefully for the foreseeable future. If they don't have top 10 picks, that means we are in good area. We doing well. So that's but if you want to come on, slide. Chicago, we've been down bad last 3 years.
3.
We need this excitement. We need this so we can talk.
36.
36. Shit.
It's crazy.
Here's what I'll say to that. Yes, this is still rumored. We don't like Marvin Harrison Jr. hasn't come out and said it. He shouldn't. He's not going to. But to Bobby's point of talking about the realistic football aspect of this, right? And I think that's the most important conversation to have. We can have the meathead conversation because we already know what that can mean for everything, right? But the actual football part, the way that I look at it is this. You have 2 second-round picks next year. And if we are better, which we all think we're going to be, giving up a first next year to get, because regardless, the only argument that can be made to say, well, the Bears shouldn't give up a first to get Marvin Harrison Jr. is if you tell me a player that you feel is going to be better than Marvin Harrison Jr. that we can get in next year's draft.
Yep.
If there's not, then shut the fuck up.
Yep.
That's just the God's honest truth about it, right? So
yes,
I'm open to hearing that, but that's the way that I look at it. Is Marvin Harrison Jr. better than anybody that you could potentially get in next year's draft with the first round pick that, to Bobby's point, is not going to be top 10? Let's hope so. Knock on wood. But even if it is, let's just say worst case scenario, it is top 10. Is Marvin Harrison Jr. still not worth a top 10 pick?
yes.
There's very little downside to it other than you just saying, hey, let's maintain some flexibility to see how this thing goes, because maybe then we need to use that first round pick to get a little bit more creative. Okay, you can say that. That's a legitimate argument. But outside of that, like, I just don't see any downside to it. Marvin Harrison Jr. is still a generational player, potentially. I'm never going to be mad at giving up a first round pick and going for that. If Ryan Poe swings for the fences and tries to get Marvin Harrison Jr. to pair with Caleb Williams in this draft, listen, that's more aggressive than we've seen any Chicago Bears GM in history. So I can't be mad at it.
I like you guys' logic because I really didn't think of that way at all until I just heard you guys. Like next year, we should have a horrible first round pick because we expect to be better. You guys are absolutely right. Marvin Harrison is better than any player that's coming out next year. You know, Deion Sanders' son, we got a quarterback. So we ain't worried about a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So, I like the way y'all just played that right there. Good finesse right there.
And I think right now is enough's enough, man. Like everybody want to recoup on the picks and let's go get 15 draft picks. Look, guys, I'm all for having the draft picks in your back pocket, but at some point you got to swing and you got to swing big and you got to hit. And I'm not talking about guys that you want to be developmental projects, that guys that could potentially step forward and be that guy. I think he's already that guy. And I think that if the man that I know Ryan posed to be, that thinks of the now and the future, what better way to say to hell with this pick? You know what I'm saying? In next year's draft. And then let me go get this guy who's going to be cheap. And now I got a cheap quarterback, a cheap number one wide receiver with a nice veteran two good number one wide receivers. This offense is now loaded. And look, I know it's going to be people in there, including myself. They're like, damn, but what about the defensive end? Look, if all health thing check out, go tell Yannick Ngakoue to suit up and we'll get him for $8 million on a 1-year deal.
He was okay at the end of the season too.
I'm okay with
I
that.
don't know if y'all got to watch my episode from today, but there's a player that's going to go in the hundreds of this draft. I think could be still at the edge.
Who is that player?
Because I did
Darius Robinson from Mizzou.
Chop.
Yeah, not Chop.
It's different. I know you're talking about.
Chop's the other guy. Darius Robinson, go look it up. He's a 5 tech. Dude can play inside and outside. And I think if you get that type of quality in, because he's not projected to go into the 100s, I think that could do well for the Chicago.
And correct me if I'm wrong. He was at the Senior Bowl, right?
Yep.
The Bears love Senior Bowl players.
Exactly.
They do.
So
they definitely do.
It all makes sense. And hey, you can still see what you can get out of this. You never know what's going to happen. I'm so happy the draft next week is lit.
Yeah. And could you just think about it? He got his sheet right here. He got his who's going to drop down to number 9. He definitely got this scenario on a post-it right there. It's right there. He's like, he's just battling himself inside. Should I? Fuck it. Do it, Ryan. Do it.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to see what the Arizona Cardinals do, though. because I think if you trade with them, it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
it's gonna be the price will be a little more heftier.
Yeah.
If you trade a Chargers, take this number 9, y'all still gonna be able to get your future left tackle and Joe Alt at that point,
Because
and
that's
let's
what they
rock
want.
and roll.
That's who I think
Now,
the Chargers want.
Vincent asking, first of all, just because you don't hear your opinion come out our mouths doesn't mean we asking the wrong question. But I'm gonna pay you to respect and answer it anyway. Is the difference between Rome and Marvin Harrison worth the first round pick? Yes.
Yes.
And the reason for that, the only people who make an argument for that is people that just look at stats. Marvin Harrison Jr. had Kyle McCord as his quarterback last year. He was
Bro.
the offense for the Ohio State. When you look at the difference between how that offense looked just by adding Marvin Harrison Jr. when he was on and off the field, no. Marvin Harrison Jr. is head and shoulders above Rome Odunze. And to make no mistake about it, I don't say that to slight Rome. Rome is still, as I've said, a number one, the first wide receiver taken in 90% of the drafts in history. But he's not Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh
I'm
my
with
God.
you
He's
on
not
that.
Marvin Harrison
There's
Jr.
levels to this.
Yeah.
You can't double team the Bears if they get Marvin Harrison. You can't double team nobody, bro. What did you can't help enough. Oh, come on. It's a cheat code. Come on.
That
You
is
better
a
pick
Madden
your
team.
poison.
That's
Let's
a
be clear.
man.
That's a Madden team, bro. That's a created team. That's
Come
crazy.
You
on,
better
bro.
pick your poison.
You got to, bro. You got Keenan Allen with all his slippery moves inside. And then you got DJ Moore, just an ultimate wide receiver. Then you got this young kid, prodigy, generational player. They eating everybody's secondary for lunch, bro. And it might be the
Say no
best
Diddy
wide
behind that. I need you to say no Diddy behind that.
No Diddy. I got
No Diddy.
food on my brain. No Diddy.
Oh man, but yeah, so that is it. Listen, and I get it. This is a daydream. I want to be clear here. We're talking about it because it is, but this is a daydream. Do I think this is going to happen? Listen, it's Ryan Poles. I'll give it a 10% chance.
I'm with
that's
you on
fair.
that.
But if that happens,
Oh,
we cooking, bro.
Bro, I'm just saying, you started this whole thing off.
over this.
Look, I'm just saying, like this, like for me personally, it probably wouldn't have been maybe you can think about a time recent history where Chicago sports was busting. 2010, 2011, you had Derrick Rose, you had the Blackhawks doing their thing.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But now you adding on to this. You got the Bears, you got the Blackhawks with these young stars in the Chicago sky. White Sox, step it up. Cubs, step it up. Come on. Come on, Bulls, step it up.
Hey, that draft stream, it might be really short, and we might switch up. If that happens, oh, we ain't worried about the rest of the draft. We talking Harrison, Remy, and Tequila getting thrown all over the place. We going crazy.
If that were to happen, yes, I'd be drunk within 30 seconds of the trade. You gotta worry about it.
That's gonna go nuts.
Yeah, we'll see if it happens. We'll see if it happens.
Yeah.
But
We will.
it's something that, like, let's talk about who could possibly be our next quarterback, right? And that is Caleb Williams. And I wanted to talk about something, man. And this is something that me and Pat were talking about. And I wanted to bring it over here to have this conversation with you guys as well. Like, for Caleb Williams to have the best rookie season of any Bears quarterback ever, what would have to happen we could talk about the stats that you need to get there. I'm not just talking about stats we can talk about. That's kind of easily quantifiable. But like, for you, looking at rookie quarterbacks in Bears history, what would make it the best rookie season for the Chicago Bears quarterback for Caleb Williams to come in? What would that season have to look like?
Okay. I understand that Caleb Williams, every rookie has their little, mistakes in the beginning. So I expect Caleb Williams to start the NFL season kind of slowly. He's going to take his bumps and bruises. And then midway through that season, he gets better and increasingly better and better all the way through the season. Leads us to the playoffs. He don't even have to win the playoff game to me. He don't even have to win the playoff game. Get us to the playoffs, because that's the next level that the Chicago Bears need to be. I want to see a competent quarterback that every defense fears, that they have the respect of this kid. Like, man, Caleb Williams coming in here in the town Sunday. Ain't no going to the club. Ain't no going to play golf. I'm going to get me some sleep and get ready for this guy coming in, because he is a straight killer. The Chicago Bears need a star. You know what? I'll say this. The best teams in the NFL, the ones that win the Super Bowl, the best player on the team is the quarterback. By the end of this season, I want Caleb Williams to be the best player on this team.
I think that's fair.
That's a lot.
I think that's fair. But C-Dub, you said it when we did the mailbag. This season, Caleb Williams, leave no doubt.
No doubt.
And I think we got to stand on that. Every quarterback that we've seen come through this door after year one, we like, but man, the Bears still got a build. But man, can he get it right with more coaches? If Caleb Williams just simply does, me personally, if we talk of statistically, he gonna wax those. I just think it's just so much around him that you have to wax 2,200 yards for a Bears rookie quarterback.
That's nuts.
He gonna be able to wax that. But I think if you're talking about what the outcome is, you got to leave no question to the Bears saying this is the guy, and he's going to get better now that he has a year under him. I think it's going to be a rough start. It might not be horrendous, but I think it's going to be a few bumps right there. It's going to be some moments where you're like, nah, Caleb, you shouldn't have did that. But from what I know and what I've seen, he should be able to adjust, but the outcome should be leave them no doubt. And if you do come out with a playoff win, you leave no doubt. You leave no doubt. I think that's what it really comes down to, man. Can we finally find the guy that's going to be here longer than 3 or 4 years? Literally.
Yeah. Because basically what you're doing, you saying, let's not leave doubt. Let's not have 50% of the fan base be like, nah, I'm not sure about Caleb Williams. We want everybody to be sure about Caleb Williams. Leave no doubt. Perfect.
Facts. I think that's just what it got to come down to, bro.
Yeah, I think ultimately, and I see guys in the chats, like, don't get me wrong, Caleb Williams beat Green Bay his first year. I'm going to be going crazy, but I just want to see somebody I want to walk away from it not having the question on, okay, this is, and again, some people have the ridiculous expectations. Oh, you have to match CJ Stroud season. Fuck all that. CJ Stroud is in Houston. Caleb Williams is here in Chicago. You ain't got to match nobody else's season. You got to have your great season, right?
Yes.
But I want to come away from this because Caleb Williams has doubts that he's extremely talented, but I want to come away from the season looking at him being like much like after the first season of Derrick Rose, right? Derrick Rose's rookie season. You didn't think he was going to be able to win MVP, but you did look at him and say, that's our point guard of the future.
Yeah,
we're not worried about the point guard position, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I want to see from Caleb Williams. And I guess much like Derrick Rose, they went to the playoffs and pushed that Boston Celtics team to 7. So just have a solid, a good season, show and flash. I expected to go and progress as the season goes on, but I just need to see. I'll say this. I need to see out of 17 games, I just need to see 7 games where I look at it and say, Caleb Williams was the reason we were in this game.
Facts.
Regardless of what anybody else does. Caleb Williams was the reason we won these 7 games. The other 10 games, it could be the defense, it can be miraculous, it could be whatever. But if we get 7 games out of 17 where I look at it and say, Caleb is the reason we were in position to win this game, that's a solid rookie year for me.
That is a great point, Drip, because if you that type of quarterback, you definitely can win 7 games for your team. You think about Michael Vick, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. They can win you 7 games on their pure skill and determination by themselves and their greatness. So that's a great point right there. If you really what everybody say you is, and I think he is. I think he's the greatest player in the world. That's what I look at it. He think he's the greatest. So he's going to get out there and he's going to be eager to show us. So it's exciting, man.
And this is a personal thing. I think I'm anxious to see how does Caleb Williams go into divisional games against the Lions, the Vikings, and especially the Packers. Because we always seen it. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it these last few years. It has not always specifically been on the quarterback. Coaching has played a part in that, but sometimes great players can overcome. I want to see if Caleb Williams can take it on the chin and start, you know what I'm saying? And he say, no, I'm the guy in this division now, and then eventually become that guy that's in the NFL. So I'm anxious to see, like, what's his mindset heading into his first matchup against Green Bay in Green Bay. What's going to be your mindset? Are you going to come out here and ball? Or are you going to come out here and it might be some struggles because Green Bay has had our numbers for years. But I'm anxious to see what is his persona. How is he looking? Is he charged up? Is he fired up after a big first down? I want to see the emotional things come out of this guy to let these guys within the division, let them know that we here. Because the Detroit Lions, they think they got it in the bag all over again. I say they don't. The Green Bay Packers, they are right there. We are right there too. But we got some obstacles to overcome first before we can even say that we run the North. And I want to see if Caleb Williams take that to heart. Ryan Poles said that we trying to take the North and never give it back. Caleb Williams, do you believe the same thing?
That's a great point, nephew. It seems when we play Green Bay, especially Green Bay, we play them tough, but it's always that instance that something fluky or something crazy happened to the Bears, and it just take all the energy out of the Chicago Bears. Even the quarterback, and I don't want to dump on Justin Fields, even he kind of feel the weight of this rivalry on his back sometimes and don't perform to his abilities. What type of toughness do you have, Caleb Williams, when something fluky happened in this game? Because it always happens, something fluky. Aaron Jones catches a ball, picks it up, and runs 50 yards for a touchdown. Aaron Rodgers throws in a bomb 60 yards for a touchdown when it's 7-7 in the third quarter or something like that. Are you gonna fold, Caleb? Or are you gonna step up to the challenge? We're gonna see how tough he is in those games.
NFL, please don't give us Green Bay week one.
We're not.
I'm tired of that.
Week one, Green Bay actually plays in Brazil, so we can't have.
Good. I'm tired of this.
Can we push this on along down a little bit? I'm tired of seeing this as
thank God Aaron Rodgers isn't on the team anymore because they opened up in Brazil. He would have been high off coke, like you
already know he would have been calm back.
They would have been like, "Hey, Aaron Rodgers just showed up. He just showed up 30 minutes before the game." This would have been.
Y'all want the Jets this year?
Do we play the Jets? Are they on the schedule
I'm asking y'all. Y'all want to play the Jets this year with Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, absolutely. Montez Sweat is on this team now. Absolutely.
Yes, I need to see Aaron Rodgers one more time, Joe. He just can't leave us like that. No, you ain't leaving us like that. We need a victory, bro.
Yeah. There have been only 4 franchises in the NFL who have not had a quarterback throw for at least 30 touchdowns in the season.
I knew you was finna say this.
Stop treating us, Drill. Damn, we know.
You know this?
No, you finna treat us, man.
Miami, Cleveland, Washington, and Chicago Bears.
Damn, look at that.
You know, we have never had a quarterback, not just in the last century. We've never had a quarterback throw for 30 touchdowns in the season.
No, Eric Kramer, no.
Not
Eric Kramer, not Sid Luckman, not Jim McMahon, not Jay Cutler. One.
Jay Cutler came close. 28, I think, is the most Jay Cutler had in a year.
I think it was something around there.
Let's see. Yeah, 28 in 2014. That's the closest we've had.
Break the curse, Caleb.
Bro, that's crazy as hell, bro. One of the franchises that started the NFL, bro. What the fuck?
One of the original franchises.
Bro.
Man.
They owe us this. Come on, Caleb. We owe this shit. Let's get it, man.
You know what's crazy about all that to say is that when you really look at it, and this is why I say, when I say things like the Bears, I do have the expectation of the Bears to get to the playoffs. But I'm putting that on the team, not just Caleb Williams. Because let's be clear here. The Bears are one of the most storied franchises in NFL, period. And the last 35 years have been trash. Imagine that. Imagine that we are one of the most storied franchises. We've never had a great quarterback. We've never had a quarterback throw for 4,000 yards. We've never had a quarterback throw for 30 touchdowns. But we have 30 plus years of struggle. And in that, we still are one of the greatest franchises in all of football.
It's crazy.
It just sucks that none of us were alive when the Bears had their. Maybe C Dub was alive. Never mind. I take that back.
Just nephew down there.
No, I wasn't alive either.
The
last time the Bears won the Super Bowl was the year before I was born.
Oh, you young mother.
He just missed it.
Just seen the highlights.
We all seen the highlights. And if you got NFL Network, you probably watched the game.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, man.
Damn, bro. You just made me sad as hell, Drip. What the fuck?
You should be excited.
I'm sad, bro. That stat is crazy.
And with that as well, keep in mind we've been in the same stadium since 1971.
Damn.
Bro, how many touchdowns Geno Smith threw last year? What?
How many did he throw?
He threw over 30.
That's crazy.
Bro, come on, man.
That's crazy.
How many?
That's
Tim
crazy.
Tebow had over 30. I'm gonna be mad as hell.
Nah, Geno Smith only threw. No, he threw 30 the previous year. See, the
Okay,
20
okay.
last year.
But he threw for 30.
It's been a long, difficult road for Chicago Bears fans, and I say all that to say this: we deserve this shit.
We got to.
We deserve this,
Talk
bro.
to
We
him,
got 30 plus years of struggling. At some point, fate got to turn for some
You
goddamn
feel me?
body.
Hey, I
At
think
some
it's
point.
turning though.
Because I swear to God, if I die before the Bears win another Super Bowl, I'm haunting all you bitches, everybody. I swear, folk, and don't let them win a damn Super Bowl the year after I die. I swear, for God, I'm finding a way to come back. I swear, for God.
Bro ass gonna come out the ground like Thriller. It's bossing.
They gonna be like, how is this nigga podcasting from the afterlife?
Hey, bro, it's some good times coming, man. It's some good times coming. I see it.
It better be, goddamn it. It better be, bro.
It's definitely quarterback PTSD for sure.
Bro. And I just knew Cutler was gonna be that guy, bro.
I thought he was
I just
too.
knew Cutler was. And then when we
love
got
the
Brandon
trade we
Marshall, I'm like, oh, we
about
got
to
it.
eat. We about to eat.
They ate. They ate ramen noodles though, bro.
With some eggs and hot dogs cut up in there.
Rex Grossman got us to the Super
To the
Bowl.
Super Bowl.
That was just a trick. The football guards was playing with us that day. He was playing.
Yeah,
with us.
especially when Devin Hester opens it up with a goddamn touchdown, and we're like,
bro.
oh, we got this. No, come on, bro. What are we
And
doing?
then Drip, what happened on the next possession? We intercepted and score on the next possession. Oh, it's over. We partying. Here come Peyton. Here come Peyton. Somebody's wide open. Touchdown. I'm like, here we go. Here we go.
On me.
It got
Anyway.
to turn, bro. We keep waiting it out. It's gonna
What was it?
turn
2006? That was 2006, right?
2006. Yeah.
06. My
Damn,
goodness, I
bro.
cried.
Bro, that was the last time. No, the last time was when Derrick Rose, but that was one of the last times I punched a hole in the wall. I was so pissed off, bro. I'm not even gonna front like I didn't. My anger management, I wasn't healed yet. But yeah,
you still missing.
It was a lot of angry. It was a lot of angry drunk Negroes where I was at. So some shit was happening. It was a lot of
Negroes.
Unnecessary fighting was going on, bro.
that shit just stressed me out.
Somebody put in the comments a little while ago.
Yeah,
do we expect the Bears to be on Hard Knocks? I absolutely expect them to be on.
I would love for them to be on Hard Knocks, to be 100% honest with you. I just don't know. I've heard some things on back channels, and what I hear is that the McCaskies have a lot more power in the NFL than what we realize, and they really do listen to what the McCaskies say. That's why when George comes out there and be like, "Nah, we're good. Send those cameras somewhere else," the NFL be like, "All right, well then, okay."
Yeah, we going.
You sure, Father? George? George be like, "Nah, get your bitch asses up out of here."
Nah, man. I don't even want them to go in there, to tell you the truth. I don't even want them to go. I don't even want them.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, there's something about it, like the preseason, like because there's two now Hard Knocks where they have multiple teams. They do a whole division, and then there's the one before where they pick one team. I would love to see the Bears on there just because it's so different. We don't really get that. Like, the Bears are such a private organization, but there's still something about it that I do look at and I say, I just want these motherfuckers to focus on goddamn football.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Joe. This is an important season. I would like more focus, not more shit that's gonna get you off your path, bro.
Fact.
Like, it's too much pressure. Stay the fuck off the TV.
Yes, sir. I'm all for
We'll
it.
see, though. We'll see, man. Any last thoughts, fellas, before we get up out of here?
Hey, man, shout out to the troop, man. Draft day is coming up, the greatest time of the year. It is going to be lit.
It definitely will be lit. Hey, appreciate y'all for what y'all do, what y'all bring to this life. Keep it coming. It's busting.
bro.
You gotta say no Diddy after that. Keep it coming. It's busting, bro. That's
Damn.
No Diddy. But for the people that was asking for the baseball central, there's the link. Tune in to Big Kev. He talk about the White Sox, unfortunately, but he talks about the Cubs as well. So if you rocking with one of them, Kev ass be a nerd talking about their baseball.
by the way,
Like, come on, what?
I gotta breathe, take my victory laps. If you go on YouTube right now and search Chicago Sky, don't even put the Central in there. After the highlights of Angel Reese being drafted, guess what the first thing that pops up is Chicago goddamn Sky Central. Come on, man.
Drill that
we
nigga
winning.
right there.
But all right, y'all,
President.
man. Make sure you guys are following us at Chi Bear Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave us a text message and our voicemail, 773-242-9336. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We out this bitch.